Ooh, we woo 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 woo. Where's my other this? Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. I know I said I may not have been back. I said that earlier, but I'm back and I'm not going to be here too long. I can't even let myself get long winded. I'm too tired. Even if I wanted to talk and talk and talk and talk, I'm too tired. And I got two different subjects that I really want to say something about. One of them is probably super short and it could parlay into a whole conversation. It probably deserves a panel discussion. And then the other one is completely unrelated. And I was sitting here before I went live, like, do I just squeeze both of them in? Uh, 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 since I hit the live button, I've decided I'm not going to put those two topics together. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday. This is Kiss the Ring, and I am back off in this thing. Y'all, West Indy Mommy from the ASI street sector. She recently had a baby. Less than 2 weeks ago, she said. Okay. She hasn't showed his face. She had a little boy. Good for her. Seems like she had a safe, healthy delivery. That's amazing. She seems to be in a good place, although she is still out spending money and doing things when she was just facing eviction. But it's almost April, so she must have beat the eviction some kind of way. People must have given her the money because she came begging for donations, which she does often to help pay her rent. And then she does what she always does. She bought clothes. She did a photo shoot. She's been to the hairdresser a few times. She had a baby shower and bought a bunch of stuff for the baby. Um, well, it was her pre-delivery photo shoot, and now there's been a post-delivery photo shoot, and everybody had on new matching clothes and all the things. And then in another month or less, I predict, this is my prediction, she's gonna be crying about facing eviction again. And then she's going to want people to send her donations and she'll be frivolous with her spending. Because I look at it like this: if you're having a hard time getting groceries, type of things she begs for, or paying your rent, and people send you money, you plus up, you pay ahead. You got your rent paid for the year. You got that type of deal. You steady paying, or however that works, even if you save, your money or whatever. But that's not what she does. But anyway, she has her baby, and she had the baby daddy was there when she had the baby. And then the baby daddy was at the post delivery photo shoot. And she's saying my family, and she seems really happy. So they seem to be getting along. That's great. Here's the thing: it's her life, it ain't mine. So who am I to talk? But both of them are out here in these YT streets. Okay. So they put themselves out there to be discussed. Here is the thing: the man was barely there for her while she was carrying the child. And he put her through hell, and she was stressed. And the reason I say he put her through hell, she was a pregnant woman. Pregnant women are very hormonal. And some of the stuff he did was FN stuff. You know what I mean? Like truck, ig ninja. I'm trying to find a word. Truck ninja ish. That's the type of, he's a F boy. He a boy. The baby daddy is a uck boy, and she met him in a homeless shelter that they both stayed in when he was talking to her roommate and bopped over from her homeless roommate to her. And he has a bunch of kids, multiple children, and multiple baby mamas. You get a baby mama, you get a baby mama. And where are the kids? And he works at Panera, and he got a decent looking apartment, but now he want to say that they didn't help him, the shelter or whatever, however that government assistance work when it comes to that, didn't help him get the apartment, which is bull crap. You were staying in a homeless shelter, and then they helped you get an apartment. That's how that works. And he lives in, I think it's called Bankhead, whatever. I'm not from Georgia. The upscale area, Bankhead, Buckhead, one of the two. I want to say he said Bankhead, but so he's trying to make it seem like it's like upscale. But somebody else, also from the street sector, said that you can get those kind of apartments, the ones you get help with, in that area. So it doesn't mean that his apartment is not subsidized, which is obvious anyway, because you own a building, you might want to get the money how you get it. Anyway, the point is, he be out here halfway, not halfway. He be out here straight up attempting to floss. I call it attempting to floss because he needed help getting a place to stay. They say, the people, the streets, they say he works at Panera. He got a bunch of kids. There's no way you can afford to take care of. I say a bunch because I think it's either five or six. I want to say he already had five, so this baby makes six, or either he already has six. And if that's the case, the baby would make seven. So I'm gonna say he has six or seven kids because I'm not sure what the number is. Like how this baby changed it. But that's a lot of damn kids to be working at Panera Bread. So how the hell you flossing? And he shows up here on YT. He be trying to have on his crispy clothes and his crispy hats, and you know what I'm saying? So I just saw something he posted and I clicked on him. And it's funny because whenever I do, I be looking only because of West Indy. But I never stay more than 2 minutes, like three at the most, like more than 2 or 3 minutes. I just can't listen to him. And every time he starts the same way, and it's like, dude, get it together. First of all, he got the glasses on with the B in the middle. You know how Gucci had that bumblebee. Everybody know, right? So it's supposed to be making everyone think he got on Gucci glasses. Now, one, either they knock off glasses, and that would be good because he works at Panera Bread and he got a bunch of kids. And instead of paying Gucci, pay them mamas and have some regular glasses because it's more important to feed the children that he made. But he got his Gucci glasses on and he up there talking about his team that keeps him together and how he's an educator and how he does for people and how he look out for people. And I'm like, why don't you look out for your kids? Look out for your kids. He had a baby mama that was with child, and the baby mama was asking social media excuse me, for groceries for her children. Let me see. Oh, okay, cool. Hold on 1 second. Sweet, we'll do that. All right. um and she was asking for food, groceries for the kids, and then somebody anonymously sent her groceries, and then he gonna go on somebody else's show and say that he sent the groceries. You the baby daddy. Why would you anonymously send groceries? You lie. You lie like a rug. He lied like a rug. That man know daggone well he ain't sending them damn groceries. And you out here flashy with the different items, the hats, this name brand, you know what I'm saying? I think one of them was what was that he had on? A Kango. I don't even know how much a Kango, how much they cost these days. Let me look this up real quick. I'm curious at this point. How much do those? cost? Kango. We say jumps. They got jumps. Oh, look at that. Oh, those are. Well, that's not a bad price. Okay. Okay. It depends on where you get it from. The style that he had on. Okay, they're relatively inexpensive. I thought they would cost more than that. So it depends. So that throwback, that LL Cool J style is like 115. This one that he had on is like 65. Oh, from Kango is 65. So that's not really bad, but I don't understand a man coming out um showing himself like wearing a bunch of name brand everything when you work at Panera Bread and you have that many kids. So he say he an educator. Who is he educating? Because his kids don't ever seem to be around. Like, where are they? He spends a decent amount of time going live, but where are the kids? And then if he will go live and it looks like a upscale place, but it's evident that it's like a bathroom. And it's funny because whichever one, I'm gonna say Bankhead, but if it's Buckhead and not Bankhead, then work with me. But whichever one of those it is, I'm gonna say Bankhead because that's what I think it is. But upscale, I'm just gonna say it like this: an upscale area, you're gonna find buildings that have executive or upscale bathrooms, and he knows that. So he'll go in there and he'll record himself, and he had a suit on and all that other kind of stuff, trying to show himself a certain way. His baby mama was pregnant. He was flirting with folks that was calling in to him. It's just completely disgusting. You know what I mean? This one woman, he's like, he said he said he was gonna cook, and she said she was gonna cook something, and then he was like, actually, she was in the comment section, and he was like, "Ooh, that sounds good. I want a plate." And I don't know if she said anything because he was like, "No, I'm serious. I really want a plate." He's like, "Can I come get a plate?" And she said, "I'm married. I don't think my husband want me to get somebody else a plate." He's like, "Oh, I didn't know you were married. I didn't know you were married." Then he tried to clean it up. Then he turned around and said that he was flirting and that he didn't mean anything by it and all that stuff he was saying. I'm like, then why'd you get so defensive when she said she was married? She's like, "I'm married." And she's like, "I'm not giving nobody a plate but my husband." He tried to clean it up. "Oh no, and I didn't mean anything, and I wasn't flirting." And I'm like, you got a whole pregnant baby mama, and any woman. You know what? That adds a third thing. Any woman that gets with a man, they got a woman pregnant when he is trying to get with you. I don't care what caused them not to be together. Nobody in their right mind should be with a man who has a woman in a pregnancy state and he is flirting and looking to move on. You got to know that if you are fertile or a childbearing age, you're next. Especially when you find out he got a bunch of kids and they all got gifted. They all got gifted a mama, but I think the two of them have the same mom and the rest have different mothers. And I don't think the two that got the same mom are back to back. But I was looking for where it was said because he had got interviewed and I couldn't find it. Or maybe I'll look for it again because he had got interviewed at one point in time when him and West Indy have initially got together and then they broke up. And he went on a smear campaign of West Indy, and he did a couple of interviews that I saw. Well, I've seen more than a couple at this point, but at back then, and he dragged her. I mean, he went below. It wasn't even how they say you going into so and so. I'm going to hell. He went to hell on her. And as much as West Indy is an acquired taste, She does not have a likable personality, in my opinion, and that begging is beyond. Like, listen, you are a healthy adult. You chose to make 3 kids and gift them all baby daddies. So therefore, you should go and work or find some sort of way to feed those children, because she's always begging for rent payments and for food money, food, I mean, to feed the children. And so she should find a means to do it, and also get them those daddies caught up on child support or whatever. That's how that should go. But that's one of the reasons. The other reason is she just, it's something about her, like, you're doing content, vlogging your life, and then every time someone has an opinion that isn't like supportive, she gets so in her feelings, and it's like, calm down. And the people that I listen to that talk about her, there's only a couple. They be hitting the nail on the head. And one of them she likes to mention, and I'm like, you should really listen to like, West Indy could really benefit from listening to what's being said. It could probably help her, but she want to have her head stuck in the sand and be silly. And maybe she wouldn't even have this last baby if she had listened, because she should, first of all, she should have never got with him, but she did. She should have never got back with him the first time she got with him. When she boom, exploded on the scene after her interviews with Marcus, when she came out and was like, hey, everybody, the conversation at the time was like, hey, they say Marcus is low key a thought. The girl Monique is like, hey, Marcus did this and that. He had me in the apartment. He gave me some. He gave me some. The other girl, what's her name? It was whispers about Yaya happening. It was a few things happening. And then Westy came out and was like, hey, he gave me BV. Is that what it was? Yeah, BV. And I was like, oh man. And then Marcus came out, and it was some talk about her with the homeless guy, and it was like, was it him or was it? And then everybody started scrutinizing. Was it Marcus? Was it the baby daddy? And then I started looking in on her stuff, and that's when she would be like, I don't have any food. And I asked him to buy us some food, and he didn't. So you asked him to feed all of y'all, and he didn't. Or he pull up for a rendezvous, a late night rendezvous, and you tell him to bring some food because you and your kids need to eat, and he doesn't. Or he might bring food for you, or sometimes he brings no food, and you still let him take you down through there, because that's what happened. That was her saying it. I don't even know if those videos are still out there. And then she turned around and she had a baby on board. And he done dogged her out and ignored her and all the things. And then it was time to give birth. And I guess it's a good thing that he was there. It's better than her being by herself giving birth. So that's good. And so, you know, but is he gonna be there for her the way he should? It doesn't seem like it. Because if he was gonna be there, he would have tried to make her life less stressful. He would have not dogged her out and ignored her and told her to come by and not be there and all the things. The girl is spending money to get to him and been supportive and help feed her and her children. You got with a woman that has 2 kids. You need to help her. Because that's the burden that goes with that. But he didn't. So now you want to talk about how he's an educator, who he educating. He need to educate himself, and how he likes to grow. I just grow. I'm the type of person that just likes to grow, and I continue to grow. You grown in what way? Because I predict he's going to be doing the same things, and he says you can see his growth. How, Sway? I don't see the growth. I do not see the growth. If he had grown, he would be with that woman that just birthed his child, and he would be supporting her, and he would be claiming her and the child, and he would solidify that situation and help so they can come together financially and make things better for her and her children and also his children. Because he's like, yeah, and I got kids, and I'm just growing, and everything's good for all of us. But most men, when they talk about how they growing, and they're taking care of things, if they have children, they're gonna say it, because that's gonna be a part of what they say. I'm making sure my kids are fed and well taken care of. I'm the provider. That's a man thing. Men love to provide. Some real men, real men, they're providers. They love to provide. They're gonna make sure that not only that they families are taken care of, wife if they got one, girlfriend, baby mama, if they're with her, definitely their children if they have children. That's a real man. So when you saying I'm good, you say my kids are straight, I'm doing this and I'm growing and da 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 da. But I noticed that not one time did he say, I make sure my kids are straight. I make sure my kids eat. I'm the provider for the children. He did not say that. And why is he strategically dancing around that? Because clearly he isn't. Clearly he isn't. I just think so. I don't know. I don't know this guy. But I just think if he was, he would say it. And every time he mentions himself and his children and his life, and he say, oh, my kids are taken care of. He says it like that. So you're not taking care of them. Or he would say, I take care of my children. I make sure my children are taken care of. Even though he don't have custody of any of the children, it he would, if he's passing money on to the mothers, that's still him making sure his children are taken care of. And he don't ever say it that way. He a simp. He a simp. And West Indies, she need to get it together for real, because I hope that my thing isn't frozen. It looks like it might be moving, so hopefully y'all can hear me. But because it was messing. Okay, I think it's working. But hopefully West Indy gets it together, because she just had the third child by the third father, and she isn't with any of them. She wasn't with any of them. The first one, she wasn't with him. That's what she said. She had the baby. She wasn't with him. Um, is that the married? Oh, he might be married now. That her son has formed some connection to the father and that family. No, it's the second child's father that was married. So the first one, she wasn't with him, became with child, she got the first baby. The next one was a married man. She had the baby. The the kid unfortunately don't have that connection with his father. And now she just got with a bum who doesn't, it from what I can see, take care of his other children. And now she just added herself to a list. To me, listen, 6 kids, and I'm just gonna go with six kids and 5 baby mamas is a long line to be at the end of when you're the fifth. When you see somebody doing something to other people, this actually can go to a topic that's happening in my main commentary area, that's happening today. When you see someone do something or form a pattern with others, you got to know that's who they are. And they will probably do the same thing to you. But unfortunately, West Indy, something is missing. And I'm gonna tell y'all, if you was around before when I was talking about her, I didn't really have a whole lot of mercy on her because I don't like the way she treats her children, primarily that oldest boy. She's mean to him. She act like she don't like him, and she really does not treat him right. She snap on him all the time, and she act like he can't do anything right. And that makes me not like her, but she doesn't really show the children that much anymore. And when she does show them, she still has some of those moments. She was doing a shoot with him, and she just be so impatient with the boy. Cut the boy some slack. You know what I mean? Even normal situations, like at one point the boy was fighting and getting in trouble in school. You just came from homelessness. You have no money for real. You're begging people to send you money for basic life things. And you got your son going to school coming from those conditions. Yeah, he might be fighting in school. She just put it all on him with no empathy for where her son is at and what he might be dealing with at the hands of those kids. But she also act like she don't like him. I just don't think that she does. But she don't really show them that much anymore. And I don't know why. Just maybe it's because she was pregnant or whatever. I just kind of felt sorry for her a little bit, a little bit, um, with the difficulties she was dealing with um, while being pregnant because she allowed herself to get pregnant by a bum. Yeah, but so bad decision making, and hopefully she will learn. Third time's a charm, right? So do better next time, West Indy. Do better next time. But I don't know if she gonna do better in the near future. And then y'all might hear me be back to dragging her because she gonna keep begging. She gonna keep being with a story where she facing eviction. She gonna keep on swearing that she need food for the kids. And my other thing is this: she has no employment. She had the two kids and one on the way. There's no way that I'm going to believe that she wasn't getting SNAP benefits. And I don't know if you can get WIC when you're pregnant. I'm not sure. I think you can. So probably WIC. Let me look it up real quick. Probably WIC. Probably, I'm sure, SNAP benefits. Um, the apartment is one that she got through the rental assistance program, I think. I don't know if that's specifically what it's called, but I guess she did have a pretty high amount of rent, but I don't understand her situation fully. But what I'm trying to say is, regardless of how it seems based off what she went through right now, she'll be right back to being infuriating with all that begging that she does and then misuse of the funds. Like some people, they just beg and that's what they do. And that's how they get money and live, right? But you don't always see what those folks do with the money if it's not what they told you they needed it for. In her case, and I'm not faulting her for showing it good, because let people stop helping you if you're going to beg for money and then turn around and go to the salon. Beg for money and then turn around and book a professional photo shoot. Beg for money and then turn around and fill in whatever blank, go on vacation. Beg for money and then rent a car when you said you needed rent and food to survive. Let me see. Let me look this up real quick. So, it's her own piss poor decision making that got her in the current situation she's in, especially with the third baby, the addition. I'm telling you, she blocks off his face, but he looked like a healthy little cutie cute. But at the end of the day, she gotta pick better. She gotta pick better. This was a part of the conversation the other day, that I was having on here about a whole other person. Like, she didn't pick anybody that they grow together. And while her baby daddy was over there talking about growth and stuff, he didn't say growing with her. Now, granted, I only listened to through 2 to 3 minutes because I can't tolerate him. I don't even know why I click half the. I don't know why I click half the time. He irritates me, but he might. I think part of it is what he's saying. Oh my gosh, he talks so big. Like, shut up. You are a deadbeat daddy who works at Panera and live in a subsidized apartment. You are a healthy man. Do better for yourself. Don't nobody want to hear all of that talk, big talk like I did this and that. And you out here with seemingly super high costing items that you're wearing all the time, and you got all these damn kids that you need to take care of. So just his sight alone irritates me. I can't. Oh, a deadbeat. Oh, wee. Good night. It's ridiculous. Let me see. It says eligible pregnant individuals can receive benefits throughout their pregnancy, postpartum up to 6 months, or while breastfeeding up to 1 year. That's for WIC. So that means that she was getting WIC too. Now, what I don't know is, would the WIC only be for her because she's pregnant, like stuff that she would need, or would it be for the other kids too? Because the one kid is kind of older, Thomas, um, like preteen, teen sort of like age, and then the other one's still a toddler. So I actually don't know. It says pregnant women, including those in their first trimester with low to moderate income, and at nutritional risk, are eligible. You may be automatically eligible if you already received Medicaid SNAP. Oh, okay. Okay. Nutrition foods voucher or EBT cards for nutrient dense foods. Okay, milk, eggs, cheese, iron fortified cereals, fruits, vegetables, and whole grain. Nutritional education. Personal. Okay, you can get counseling on healthy eating during pregnancy, which is like nutrition classes. Um, Healthcare referrals for prenatal care, and then breastfeeding support and counseling. You can apply as soon as you know you're pregnant. Proof of pregnancy, residency, and income. That's all you need. Vouchers include $47 to $52 per month for fruit and vegetables. Damn. Protein sources, eggs, beans, peanut butter, and fish for certain fully breastfeeding participants. Dairy and calcium equals milk, cheese, and yogurt. Okay, so she got all of that, I'm sure, because she quit her job, or she didn't have a job at some point. I think she quit, and then she has the kids, and I'm sure she already gets snaps. So that means she probably was getting WIC. And why did I go through all of that? Because I'm simply pointing out why she always begging for money for food if she's getting SNAP benefits and WIC. I mean, if you piss off the money and do stuff like get your hair done, rent cars, take trips, buy clothes, buy yourself rings, and marry yourself, all things that she's done when she begs for money for rent, then maybe you still need to keep begging for money for rent. But she be begging for money for food too, and you're literally getting government benefits for food. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And the other thing is, I don't know what size the apartment is, but she just had another baby. And if she didn't fumble her actual benefits as far as housing is concerned, then I don't understand why she won't, number one, go get a different place so she has space for the baby if they allow it, because the middle child is kind of small. And then two, get an apartment where whatever amount she has to pay, she can afford without having to keep begging people to pay the money and literally be facing eviction. And I can't say whether she's still facing it or not, because she had asked them to give her time, because the time frame she's supposed to be getting evicted was right before she gave birth. And they might have had some compassion on her situation and gave her more time. So we will see what's going to happen. Oh, and the other thing, I would be remiss if I didn't mention how, in her begging for money for her rent to help prevent eviction, then she turned right around the very next day and posted a video. Listen to this. Beg for money because she is several months behind on her rent. That's what she did. And she's about to be evicted. She needs to prevent getting evicted before she give birth. The very next stinking day, she went to the gosh darn mall. Do you hear me? The mall. And she bought 2 Build-A-Bears. You hear me? 2 Build-A-Bears. I said, wait, don't you need money to prevent getting evicted? Hold on. Now I gotta look that up, because I ain't been to the Build-A-Bear station in a minute. I need to know how much a Build-A-Bear currently costs. I'm talking about Build-A-Bear. I'm talking about got an outfit. I'm talking about shoes, completely dressed the Build-A-Bear. And then when she displayed the second Build-A-Bear she bought, she had put a voice box in it. I know all of that just goes cha-ching. Let me see. This thing trying to take me to the website when I just want to know how much it costs. How much a Build-A-Bear costs these days? How much does it cost to build a bear? 40. A large one. Damn, are you kidding me? A large one up to $98. But then the outfits go up to $25 per item. Then if you want the sound, you got $9.50. Oh no, my bad. I read that wrong. The large ones, which is what she got, are $98 to $128. Wow. So 2 Build-A-Bears, and then she went and bought a bunch of Valentine's stuff and made bags for each of his children. Gift bags. And then she did something with her oldest son. And I'm like, I thought she was about to get evicted. If people want to keep sending money to support her life, go for it. But if they think that they're sending money to keep somebody from getting evicted, well, look at what she does. She might as well just tell people, just send money, I need help, and then go do whatever she want to do. Because I don't know about y'all, but if somebody say, please help me not be evicted, send whatever you can. And I were to go, well, let me send her 5, 10, 20, whatever to help with her rent. And then she turned around and go to the mall and do what I just said. That would piss me off. Me. That's just me, though. Maybe other people don't care. Maybe she got some regular supporters. Maybe they feel sorry for her that she gifted every child their own father, and the fathers ain't checking for her. Maybe they don't care. They just want to support her. And if they do, then that's their business. But from the peanut gallery that I'm sitting in, I'd be like, oh no, I ain't giving you nothing else. Nothing. And what are you doing with your benefits to feed y'all if you keep needing food all the time? Are you selling it for the other stuff that you're doing? I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. Her and him, he is yeah, he need to give himself some advice. He need to grow for real, for real. He is a wussy. The baby daddy is a wussy. He is a real wussy. That's what he is. He should be embarrassed of himself and the way he has conducted himself as a man. And he need to step up and actually take care of those children And if he gonna work at Panera, then he need to go get him a job somewhere else, because Panera is barely, I won't even say it would sustain his own life the way he want to present like his life is going. You could never live that life off of Panera bread. And you definitely couldn't live that life and take care of 6 kids and counting off of a Panera bread wages. So both of them need to get it together. And I'm literally, yeah, I'm sitting here talking and I'm like, you know what? Forget being nosy with what's going on with West Indy. I might have to unsubscribe, because every time I click on, I just be like, I don't know why. I can't listen to a man that act like that. I can't, and I can't unsee what I've seen. See, when West Indy was with Child, the man wasn't saying like, I got a baby mama, I got one in the oven. He wasn't. He was out here talking the way he was talking and never mentioning her or that pregnancy. My seed did what it does, and now I got one marinating. He wasn't talking like that. So if you didn't know the West Indies side of the story, you would not know that this man had a baby on the way. And then you watch him be out here flirting and all that kind of stuff. He is an example of a true F boy. A F boy, and he's too damn old for that. Like, grow up. Like, literally grow up. Want to look tough, want to look all this, want to look like that. But now we know behind the scenes. So, man, what is the lesson? The lesson is, be careful. Y'all be careful out here. Y'all slow down. Y'all sniff behind the scenes and see what's really going on. Don't be out here getting got. Find out what the story is for real. Because some folks are running around Georgia might bump into him and not know his story for real. Hell. And mess around and got tricked, and thinking they'd have found somebody, not knowing that he got somebody with a baby on the way. So I'm just going to wrap up and say, like, another thing is, you got to be careful who you take advice from. He out here trying to be like he an educator, and he building and he growing and he trying to help the people. That's what he said. All those things he said. But he can't even help himself. And so be careful who you take advice from, because you never know. You might be taking advice from a him, and he isn't in a position to give anyone advice except for himself, and that's only if he listens. Here's the question that I have. Y'all know I'll be having questions. I got a couple of questions. I laugh because the questions are kind of funny to me, but I am seriously asking these questions. How would you feel if a man approached you and he had a baby on the way? Would you be cool if he had a story that made it make sense on why he is not with the baby mama that's pregnant? Do you have a limit to how many previous kids someone can have, man or woman? Do you have a limit? And on flip side, for a man, would you, if a pregnant woman was out there, would you be okay with that? Like, oh, she got somebody else baby on board, but that's cool. Is there a limit to how many kids someone can have? Is there a limit, or should there be, even if it's not you, but just in general? Should there also be a limit to how many baby mamas um someone that's like out there, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say how many, because you anybody can find anybody, but I am curious, like, would how would you feel if somebody got that many kids and that many baby mamas or daddies, and is trying to, be with you? Like, is that cool? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap this up. If you didn't hit the like button, please double tap that screen for a like. And if you catch this on the replay, please hit that thumbs up for a like. And also, I'm sorry, I'm tired. So I'm starting to be like, that's why I was trying to keep this short. But yeah, I want to thank everybody that came in and listened in. And y'all already know I am out of here. I don't know if I'm gonna come back for the other thing that I said because it was two different topics. But I don't know. If I do the other one, I might come back because I can keep that one pretty short. And then the other one was a story time where I was trying to tell a story. Last night, I actually told most of it. It's not my own story. It's a um, YT love story. It's a YT love story. Um, and I told most of it the way that I'm gonna tell it, and then it turned out that my sound was something was happening and it kept freezing and it just is what it is. But yeah, so I'll probably come back another time and tell that one because I'm literally so tired right now. But anyway, yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thanks everyone for listening. And I am going to get up out of here and wish y'all peace and love and blessings. And with that being said, I'm going to catch y'all on the rebound. I am out of here. Peace.